وان نهار عدي امين سيني وسنلا لما في بحار المصيبه في الميته لما في تركي جاي الميته لما في تركي الميته انا ممكن نسيني وسيدي اجتماع تاعي افر عند حد سجن موقف اللي كسب افر يعني تكيتني أوعي كين أباركا من كان يعني يساعد وهو أصلا سمينا ما لكني فيديو نقول فيديو نقول ما وارد نبتدي
أكل عفر فورم كونفرنسي براسل كل سلامات بسجل كندا كانيا لويا كندا اللي شيء ليس أكبر عفر بارو سجل عفر بارو كيمتي عفر اللي تدي حالي جبله يا رجالي تذكري عفر اللي حتى في مدة بدها هاي هو عدو مراي إنه عفر هاي محتاجنا هي قالوا أنا مبارك نفر دينتان مجموع أبنا منا مجموع سنام اللو سنام جيسي سامتونا هاي أنا مو كاجيسي سمي عفر مشاكل اللي كاجيسي سمي أحمد يوسف يمكن متوتي يعني لأنه إنكي ما بصدق كان عفر شعبي كان بصدق كان بارلو تقدر كاب سنام جيسي سنام فتين عفر كابلو سنام ليه حتى ما نجيه لو سيري لو أنا أماتي مدوداي أفريو هواي أسمع تبعك مدوداي فيديو تبعه له
be able to have this opportunity to speak to you. Thank you for inviting me to be your keynote speaker this year. In previous years, I've been able to attend in person, and I've always valued the opportunity to speak to you in person between sessions, in the evening, over breakfast in the morning, and beyond. And unfortunately, I'm not there this year because my schedule wouldn't allow me to get to you. So I'm doing this address by video, and it's a wonderful privilege to have this chance to talk to you about what we've done at the Can-Go Afar Foundation in Canada and outside of Canada. We've got 9 years of experience now doing this. We've got a track record that's very impressive, that I'm very proud of during these past 9 years. Before I get going though, I want to tell you how we started as a foundation. The Afar community here in Canada, small, humble, but yet very active, came together 10 years ago and invited me to participate in a conference, which was held at Carleton University here in Ottawa. And I spoke at that conference, and I met people who had come from Toronto and Montreal, participants including here from Ottawa, and they invited me to go to the Afar region of Ethiopia. What a dream come true for me to have a chance after representing so many of you and your compatriots in the refugee claims in Canada. People who come from Eritrea, from Djibouti, and now I had the chance to go to Ethiopia, to travel widely, 2,500 kilometers, visiting as many communities as I could, speaking with elders, with politicians, with NGO leaders and so forth, to learn and to understand what the biggest challenges were for the Afar people in that part of the world. And boy, did we learn, and boy, did we come back to Canada with enthusiasm to get involved in solutions, in durable solutions. The theme of this year's conference is managing drought and building resilient communities. And that's what we've been able to contribute somewhat towards in our 9-year history. We've invested in education, in healthcare, in microfinancing and income generating activities, and advocacy. We've done all these things, and I'll tell you more details about the projects, but I want to talk about our path and journey to get to this point. We set up a charitable foundation in Canada. We did outreach into the communities to build support, to do advocacy work so that Canadians could learn about the challenges facing the Afar people in that part of the world. We got people involved in the governance. We got directors. We incorporated a not-for-profit organization which then transitioned into a charitable foundation here in Canada. People came, people listened. We organized gatherings, galas, food, culture, music, speeches, photographs, videos, and then each year when we go, we've done 12 of these trips, we bring Canadians with us. We show them what's going on, and they are involved in making the decisions and how our money gets spent in support of the Afar people. What have our projects been? Well, we've got a model of 80% Capacity building, 20% drought relief. And this year has been the biggest year in our efforts on the drought side. I'll tell you more about that in moments. 80% capacity, 20% relief. So capacity means building durable solutions, investing in education, primary, secondary, post-secondary education. The more education that children get, the better the outcomes. The more education that adults get. And we've got an adult literacy program that we're supporting in Djibouti that we're very proud of, using a local partner there that has many years of track record. So investing in education is a big positive for all communities. It makes the community stronger, more healthy. And we have to be patient though, because many years of education is needed, so we have to sustain those projects. You don't start something that you can't finish. That's been our motto, our ethos. Healthcare, we've invested in medical supplies, medical devices, medical expertise we have sent to work there, and also building infrastructure. We've built a water tower at the Barbara Bay Maternity Hospital in Mille, Ethiopia. Very important. We just come back from our 12th trip. We delivered 60,000 Canadian dollars, which equals 1 million Ethiopian dollars of capacity building. We're funding the construction of 5 water reservoirs. Each one will contain 7,200 cubic meters of water when the rains come. And the rains do come, but the plan is to harvest the water so that it doesn't just run off into the desert, to harvest the water into reservoirs, into using these weirs, big berms. And these work. Our local partner's been building them since 1999, many years. They know how to do it, they know where to do them. We're just funding the project. They execute the project, they implement the project. They have local people who are hired to help them. That's what works, that's our model. We don't take our ideas and our projects to the Afar people. They come to us with their projects and their ideas. They know what works best. We are supporting their projects. Income generating activities. Another theme of this conference is building resilient communities. That means for many transitioning from being nomadic to being settled, from less dependency on livestock, which are very dependent on the weather, the drought which destroys them. 2 million livestock in this drought perished as a result of the weather. So we've got to build communities that are resilient and not dependent on the weather. And that means investing in education. It means investing in income generating activities. The women are fantastic at this. They're making their families independent. They're making their families be able to settle. And that is working. And again, we're supporting projects that exist. We are a foreign donor. We're also helping with advocacy build, strengthen Afar communities elsewhere in the world. In New Zealand, in Australia, in the UK, in Belgium, in France, in Sweden. They've got the Afar Friends of Sweden. Fantastic organization. And we want to collaborate and cooperate more and more as we grow, as we get stronger and bigger, as our track record lengthens. We need to collaborate. We need to hold hands and go shoulder to shoulder to help. Not to be individuals doing individual things, but be groups of people who are organized and strategic in their investments. These are the things that we do. We do it because the Afar are a wonderful community of people. They're welcoming, they're hospitable, they're open to ideas, and they know what needs to be done most. More than anyone else, they know what needs to be done. And we are learning, and we are contributing, we are helping as needed. And it's a great 9 years. Next year is our 10th anniversary. We want to welcome you to come to Canada as our guests, attend our gala, which we're starting to plan now, and see how we're operating here in Canada as an example that can be used in other places. So we're very pleased and proud of our success. It's challenging work, it's important work, and others won't do it unless there's great leadership. And that's what we've got in Canada, in Ethiopia, in Djibouti, elsewhere in the world. Let's collaborate, let's work hard together so that we can be stronger for our Afar friends. Thank you very much. Waddee, all the very best to you, and congratulations to each of you for the volunteerism that you've done to bring yourselves together at great inconvenience and at times cost to be strong to help out. This is it. We're going to leave the world for the Afar people way better than what we found it. That's our commitment. That's what we're doing, and we're glad to collaborate and cooperate with